Hey guys, so for this video I'm going to demonstrate an easy way to catch small game out in the desert, anywhere really, and that's just bringing a small rat trap. They're just about $1.90 at Walmart, any place like that, and it's just really good for this stuff. Now there's more primitive trap, deadfalls and things like that, snares that can work, but the reason I like these is because you could just reuse them over and over again, and they're just very likely to catch game. In fact, every time I've set these out, I've always caught something. Now, it's not glamorous. You're not going to be catching a cheeseburger out here with this. You're going to be getting some, rodents, things like that, a kangaroo rat, ground squirrels, things like that. But hey, that's protein you need. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to demonstrate how I set these up. Okay, so I'm going to just demonstrate with one right now. So what I do is I have, once again, a regular rat trap. Nothing fancy about it, really. The only modification I've done to it is I've drilled a hole with my Swiss Army knife with the awl. I've drilled a hole on it, and I've tied some paracord to it. And the reason I do this is so I can tie it to a nearby stick, a post, a branch, something like that. So in case once I catch something, a hungry coyote, doesn't come and take, a scavenger doesn't take my game. It keeps it stuck, or if it's a large enough animal, it can't run away. So that's why I just drilled a hole, and it's just very easy. It's just my Swiss Army knife. I just drill it through. Takes some time, but once you have it, it's always there. So it takes a little bit of time. Then tie some paracord. Okay, so what we're gonna need next is obviously some bait. Now you can improvise with the environment around you, some cactus fruit, something like that they would eat. Well, we're really short on time. The sun's about to set and the animals are about to start, becoming more active and foraging. So I just have some trail mix, and I'm just gonna smush it up with some water and just put the peanuts over this. Preferably what I like to use is peanut butter. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now. So we're just gonna improvise, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. We're gonna improvise with this. Once again, we're running out of light, so we gotta kind of hurry it up and use a little bit of a cheat. So what I'm using is my canteen, and so I'm smushing the raisins, the M&Ms, and the peanuts there. I'm just trying to get it nice and sticky and soft, so I can go ahead and put this as my bait. You can see that it's pretty flattened out, and that's bound to attract the attention. Get the smell. I decided to set my trap right here near this hill. You see, with all this brush covering, has plenty of spots for them to be hiding. And then you see all these small burrows. So this can be ground squirrel, could be small rabbits, anything like that, anything that we could eat. So I'm gonna set it nearby. Like I said earlier, I like to tie my traps so an animal doesn't run away with my food. If I lose this, I lost a resource. So I'm gonna set this up close by. There we go. And now I'm gonna set my bait over the trap. Pretty much ready to go. One last thing I like to do personally before I go on and leave, I'm going to set one more. It's always a numbers game. You want as much as you can. So I only have 2 with me right now. I tend to normally have about 4 in my truck, but right now we only have 2. I'm going to set a bright colored anything that's bright, whether it's a towel or rag, anything. nearby so I don't lose the, the trap later on. When I come check on it later on and it's, nighttime, you can easily lose your trap. So I like to get something so it's a visual signal for me. It's a wet floor sign from Walmart. And it's a very bright color. It stands out very much from the drab environment. So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to tie this to anything nearby, so I can see it, so I can spot it when I'm close by, so I don't lose it in the darkness. There you go. So when I'm looking for it later on, I spot this, I know that my trap is close by. Now we're gonna go ahead and set up one more, because once again it's a numbers game. The more traps you have set out, the higher chance it is for you to catch some game. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up exactly the same elsewhere, and I'll get back with you. Yeah, this is a Jerusalem cricket, also known as Niño de la Tierra locally. Oh, that is one ugly son of a bitch. Okay, so it's been a few hours. It was taking a lot longer than usual, so we just let it settle. We came to check our traps. Our first trap, the ants had got to the game, and to our bait, and yeah, they ate that. But we checked our second one, and if you notice, we got something still fresh. It's a kangaroo rat. So this right here, it's gonna be our game. Right now I'm just checking for any signs of if he's balding, if any signs of weakness, then perhaps we want to leave him alone. You always want to inspect your game. You don't want to eat something that has a disease or anything like that. But this one looks pretty healthy. I don't see any growths, any bumps, anything like that. So he looks pretty healthy, and it's pretty fresh. He's still warm. So this just must have happened maybe the longest half an hour ago. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and process them. We already have a nice fire going. And then I have my little grill I always carry with me. So right now I just gotta go ahead and skin them. So starting off, I'm gonna go ahead and baton off the legs and the head. I'm gonna stretch a little leg and get it at the joints. Okay. Right now the visibility isn't the best, so since we're in the middle of nowhere, we've resorted to using the headlights from our vehicle. Here we go. Okay, so now I went ahead and got the limbs off. I'm gonna go ahead and wet him, just to make it easier when I'm skinning them, so the hair's not sticking everywhere. And it does look like a healthy animal. It does look like a healthy specimen. I don't see anything that I should be cautious of so far. We still got to check the inside. Remember to always check the inside the liver. Make sure you don't see any white spots, anything sketchy like that. There we go. So, done. Removing the leg. Remove the other leg. Okay, so now here's the guts. open up where its gut sack is. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so here are the guts. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get these out. A side note, these guts can be used for bait if you're catching something else. So keep in mind you can save this and set a trap for this later. Remember that. So all this can be used as a trap later. And so far it looks pretty clean. I don't see any signs of worms, any of that. So I'm just cleaning it out. Okay, this appears to be a female. I'm gonna chop off the sexual organs. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, one last observation here. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and rinse them. Okay. That should be about right. Okay, now I do have this. I'm going to place this over this just in case he falls. He doesn't fall into our ashes. Like so. And I need another stick. Let me see, I need another stick. Maybe this one. Like this. Okay, and we have a nice hot bed of coals. So it's going to be, he's not directly on the flames, but just the heat itself is going to be cooking him up. So we're just going to give him about 15 minutes. Every once in a while, just turning him, make sure that he's properly cooked. You really don't want to undercook food, wild food, to be honest. You just want to play it safe. He looked clean. Everything looked good about it. But just to play it safe, you just don't want to undercook it. Well, guys, it took it about 15 minutes. And I can honestly say I overcooked it a bit. I prefer to play it safe, especially because it's a rodent. But there it is. And that's an easy way to get some meat. I know it sounds cliche, but honestly, it tastes like chicken. It really does. Like any sort of grilled meat when you're outdoors. For now, is small meat. And then once again, the guts that we used earlier can be used for traps for scavengers like crows and things like that. So now you can catch a bird for next time. Well, guys, I thank you for watching the video. I thank you for watching my channel and giving me the time that you give me and the likes and the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. I'm very passionate about what I do outdoors, and I really want to spread that to more people. So I'm really thankful. I really am. And in case you want to see more videos like this, just please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll be back with you in another video next week. Then I'm pretty much done with it already. You just eat the little bones. I mean, they're very small bones, so you just break them. They're so thin, and pretty much I'm almost done. And that's it. Not a large meal, but you wouldn't be complaining if you're outdoors. You really wouldn't. Really good. Needs a little bit of pepper, but I'll bring some next time.